It's an Eastern Conference matchup as the Toronto Raptors come into town for this one. With Hall of Famer Doris Burke and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan. On the sidelines, we have David Aldridge reporting. And with the road trip approaching, the Wizards play the final game of their homestand. And, of course, Karis LeVert. Even with him gone, they've shaken it off quickly and have really come together as a team.
Yeah, no question that it's a risky deal to make because it's the kind of move that can turn a team's fan base against the front office. But trading one of the most popular players on the team is always risky no matter what you get in return.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
George with the ball. He's picked up by James. Middleton for three. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. The drive. Oh, that was something else. Have mercy.
That is why the ticket price is what it is when LeBron is in town. Amazing dunk to finish the play.
It's George on the wing. Checking some stats on him right now. He's averaging just around 22.5 points a game.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Here's LeBron after the made shot from Andre Drummond. 6 to shoot. From deep. Wall. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Paul outside. Back to Middleton. This one for 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Court vision, intellect, basketball IQ, the masterful distributor that is Chris Paul.
To the middle. Kicks it out to James. Toronto working the ball around now. Paul George with the steal. If you're just tuning in, we played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. Pass to Middleton. Here's George. Back to Middleton. 6 on the shot clock. And George with the stuff.
Well, an aggressive player at the rim. Paul George has the kind of athleticism to make a defense look silly.
Here's LeBron. They can't stop the run with that one. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively. I got him.
And here is Paul. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. Here's Drummond. It's hauled in by LeBron.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball. They were all over.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. And that sends John Wall to the free throw line. Andre Drummond picks one up. Both teams deciding to change it up.
From the moment he stepped into the NBA from the University of Kentucky, John Wall has been hungry and motivated to prove he belongs listed with the top players in the game.
Now, here's Westbrook. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
Lopez, no luck. Washington leading now by 4. It seems like every team, Greg, needs that one enforcer, that one guy who's going to get under opponent's skin.
Well, in one poll of coaches and players, Adams was voted the second dirtiest player in the league. One guy said he's real physical, but maybe he crosses the line. Throws the sneaky elbow here and there, commits extra hard fouls, yet Adams usually escapes foul trouble.
Here's Westbrook following the basket by Brook Lopez. Grant outside. And he drives in, and that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook.
Well, how about the opportunistic Jeremy Grant taking it strong on the drive? Love it.
Picked by Horford. Over Hayward. Rebounded by the Wizards.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Adams, right side. Back to Westbrook. It's stolen by Wall. Driving to the basket. And the slam dunk by Wall.
So that is what we mean by the fast twitch athlete. John Wall explodes to the rack.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Washington out in front, up by 4. We'll be back shortly, live from Washington. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Washington.
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
I think the other thing they've had going for them is their passing. Plenty of their baskets have come off assists.
Inside, Porzingis, and the layup's good off the glass. Porzingis has got his first basket. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalry. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
It's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
There's a real knack for understanding when a guy is uncovered, and Paul George's court awareness on display right there. Beautiful.
Well, they weren't going to pass up that chance to get out and run following the steal.
So it's both teams making substitutions here.
For viewers, timeout's a chance to check your phone, grab a drink, but for the teams, it's all about business.
Well, there's something that the coach doesn't like. I'm curious to see which kind of adjustment he makes here.
Now here's Porzingis. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, thanks very much. Well, Steven Adams could be the league's most physical presence. All-star Jimmy Butler said that he is just so strong. Butler says he hit me with a screen, and I thought my life was over. Adams said his strength doesn't help with flopping. The refs are like, get up. Guys, he has a sense of humor about it, and maybe that's a counterbalance to his great physical gifts.
You're right, D.A. He is strong. Thanks for that report. Here's George. That one falls. His second basket of the game. He's now 2 for 3.
Well, just solid work in the painted area. Paul George, quality look, excellent decision.
You know, even though LeBron doesn't go 100% every minute of every game in the season, he still knows when to tune it out.
And for someone at his age, that is something you have to know how to do. You can see when LeBron kicks it into that next gear. Can't keep it on all the time, but he's still able to take over when he needs to.
Washington with the ball after the Raptors pick up 2. George with the bucket.
Well, the three ball has become one of the best attributes that Paul George brings to the table. Great form, great touch.
Pass to Porzingis. Raptors moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Stolen by George. 1:57 left from the first half of the game. Now here's Middleton. Back to Paul. 5 on the clock. The offensive rebound. And it's Drummond missing. Raptors trail by 7. Unloads from 13. A putback.
Well, there's a level of commitment that Miles Turner is showing on the glass right now. Goes hard to get rebounds and get an opportunity for the putback.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Ball outside. Out to Hayward. Let's go. And another miss by Washington.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
Ingles in the corner. Pass to Heel. Stolen by George. Goes up. And there's the big-time jam. He slams it right over Turner.
Well, you see the elite nature of Paul George's game. Make a steal on one end, finish with authority on the other.
Lopez a screen. Out to the wing. And taken away by Paul. A shot by Hayward, wide open. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And there's the call on Gordon Hayward. That is his first foul of the game. Raptors trailed by 7. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Knocked away. Back to Hield. Over in the corner, Turner drills the three-pointer. Turner's got 5.
Well, Miles Turner has earned the trust of his coaches. He's got the green light in these catch-and-shoot opportunities.
Paul outside. Back to George. From the arc. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters. As we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. And so James will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors, trailing by 4. Next up for them, the Bucks in Milwaukee. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Now here's LeBron. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game.
And LeBron makes that insane dribble move look so effortless. What a showman he is.
Here's Paul. Middleton outside. Launches it. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Middleton's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
And here's LeBron outside. That one, no good. And it's Washington the other way. Pass to Middleton. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Raptors trailed by 5.
And for players like Andre.
Oh!
Wow.
Where did that come from?
Holy goodness.
That was beautiful. Now here's Westbrook. The open look here for Sexton. From outside, off the mark. LeBron outside. Right to the hoop.
Now, guys, it seems like every drive of LeBron's involves contact, doesn't it? He's like a magnet for bodies out there.
Here's Westbrook. The rebound by Turner. And that's a foul called on Colin Sexton. That's his first foul. And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. And that's a foul called on Porzingis. That's his first foul. So here's Westbrook. Outside, Sexton. Porzingis with the block.
Porzingis so fast off the floor when he challenges a shot. Helps him get a lot of blocks like that one.
Wall's shot is off.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Toronto calls timeout. And Washington making a change here. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's James, and LeBron throws it down.
I'd say the strength of a locomotive and the finesse of a ballerina each time he takes it to the rim.
Three-pointer, Hayward, and another miss by Washington.
Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
From deep. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Turner. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent. 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You pick up Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those two guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
Well, go figure is right. And they double up LeBron. And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul. We've got 1:48 left to play here in the third. Here's James. Lopez right side. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Back to Horford. He's looking for Lopez and finds him. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lopez has got his second basket of the night.
Oh, great production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Hayward outside. Beyond the arc. Buries it from three-point range. Hayward's got 5 now.
Listen, this guy's a viable threat from deep range. With a lot of time put into it, Gordon Hayward has morphed into a consistent three-point threat.
Now, here's Sexton after LeBron James's miss. The shot's good from Gordon Hayward.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
And here we go. Washington fast break.
This guy is such a dynamic guard with active hands. Sexton makes that defensive play to get them a bucket.
Here's Horford. And again, Toronto no up. Washington leading now by 6. Anunoby in the corner. Offensive rebound. Drummond. Back to Sexton. And a miss there on the triple. Horford has a wide open look. And again, Toronto no luck. Westbrook drives in. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Well, Russell Westbrook has excelled at being a facilitator. You love when he's focused on making his teammates better.
And so it's Washington in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And it's Paul with the ball for the Washington Wizards. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul. So it's the Wizards now. Here's George. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Raptors trailed by 8. It's to Porzingis. There's the drive. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Wow, that's the mobility of Porzingis gliding in for the finish.
And here's George for 3. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
And Grant with the clear path to the hoop. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's foul number 2 for him. Middleton with it. Left side, George. Back to Middleton. Shot clock at 6. Lets the 3 fly. And it's George again missing. And taken away by Paul. Banked in off the glass. Paul's got his first basket of the night. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Wizards.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Yeah, and something else that served them well are all the turnovers they've caused and the points that have come along with those.
The drive by Paul. Adams. Pass to Grant. Wizards passing it around. From deep, George. That's no good. He's 5 of 10 from the field.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, whacking James like the D does there is the right move. I mean, especially when you consider how strong he is.
Wizards making a switch here. That one is no good. Well, coming into the league with immense potential, Porzingis has already fulfilled much of it, already an all-star. But you know, Greg, there are still areas he's working on.
Yeah, he's definitely getting stronger and more physical. You'd like to see him make the next pass a little more often when a teammate has a better shot. But if he can just stay healthy, boy, the sky's the limit on what he can accomplish.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with him. John Wall just a blur with that first step. Beep, beep.
And it's Drummond with the jam.
And this is what we've come to expect from this guy, right? Not only making a ton of shots, but being efficient while doing so.
And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. It's to Porzingis. Paul George with the steal. A shot by Paul. Nobody around.
I see him.
Shot clock at 5. Throws it up high. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession.
That looks like a lack of focus. You've got to question what he was trying to accomplish there.
Catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during that break, Coach Nick Nurse talked to his team. He said, "Do you want this game? Don't tell me about it. Show me and show your teammates. We've got to play better, and we've got to play harder if we're going to come back."
Back to George. Pass to Middleton. Back to George. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's LeBron. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on George.
Well, we know every game LeBron is going to find his way to the line just from his aggressive style.
Game continues to evolve, Greg. Any changes in particular that you do not like?
That's a great question. You know, I'd like to see the replay review streamlined a little bit better. I wouldn't mind a touch more physicality being allowed in the game, but as much as we tend to complain, the one thing I have learned is if you're honest, you go back, we always complain. I don't care what the era is. Nobody's ever truly happy, and I'm not going to spend all my time worried about that stuff, partner. I'm just going to enjoy the game that we are all so fortunate enough to be able to watch.
Totally agree. Raptors trailed by 9. James with it. He's picked up by Drummond. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Yes, it's James picking up the assist.
It hasn't mattered the scheme or the defender. Kristaps Porzingis is simply cooking right now.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good. Being both at the line, and it's an 8-point game.
Well, to me, Paul George exemplifies what a leader should be. This guy does not look for his personal stats. He just wants to make the guys around him better.
And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for the Washington Wizards. They've led by as many as 11 points.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
No question. They've got hot at exactly the right time. Clutch play on a team level.
Now George. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. Once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any doubts as to whether or not they were going to win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.